Welcome back to Media Champions on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Mike White, and on Media Champions, we are meeting with experts in the industry that work to get their brands and their company's vision and mission out there and help scale their business. Join us today, we have Javeria Masood from Siemens. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me, Mike.
So tell me a little bit about your role with Siemens and what your day-to-day is like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a data manager within clinical trials, so quality team in Siemens Healthineers. And I work with clinical trials before we submit them to FDA. So everything related to data is something that falls under my role. And I'm also managing projects related to clinical trials.
So do you actually coordinate the outreach to find people to come into your clinical trials and then use the data that way?
So we're not part of the enrollment, but we do design all of the questions that we ask the patients, and we work with all the data that comes in to us as a result.
What's the biggest change that you see coming up in the way that people market their products and services?
So there's a few changes that I see coming up in the next 10 to 15 years, Mike. And some of those changes do include more customized marketing and virtual marketing. So you probably see and hear about 5G everywhere, VR. So we really need to start focusing on all of the virtual marketing needs that, how we can create ads that can survive in the virtual world or virtual marketing world in the next 10 to 15 years.
What excites you most about the industry that you're in?
That's an interesting question. I love the tech world, everything about the tech industry, what's upcoming, everything in digital industry. My educational background is also in information science and technology. So just technology is something very exciting, and how it's impacting lives and how it's changing trends is also something that really excites me.
So in the space, everyone talks about privacy and big data. What do you see as some of the privacy changes that are going to be coming down over the next year?
So that is a very important question, Mike, and I'm glad you brought this up. You've probably heard of all the changes that are not just happening within US, but in terms of privacy, but also outside of US. So if you look at internationally, the GDPR was the implementation of GDPR in Europe was a really big step towards educating and increasing awareness about the privacy and how the data can be used. So end users should be a lot more aware, and they should be informed about how it impacts them in future.
So if you look at the role that you're in now, do you see yourself continuing to immerse yourself more in this area? Is there any other role or position within Siemens that you would enjoy doing?
So I've actually thought about this. That this is a really good question. I love my role right now. I have a very supportive team. I have a very supportive manager, and that also boosts my creativity. And I think creativity in finding solutions or innovative solutions to all the problems is really important. So for time being, I am very happy and content in my role. This is my passion as well, so I enjoy it. But in future, yeah, I do see myself with a lot more responsibility, having a more diverse role where I'm managing teams not just in US but also in Europe region as well.
Well, Javeria, thank you very much for joining us on the program today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Mike.
To find out more about how your business can grow, visit us at dailyadbrief.com. We'll see you next time on Media Champions.